Hey boys, how's it going? It's Coach Bry. Good to see you guys. Um, I hope you and your family are doing well, and that you're making the best out of distance learning, and you're finding some ways to keep wrestling on your mind. So what we're about to do is go through our first film session together, and it's a way for you guys to use Huddle to help really get an idea of some things that you can improve on when we finally do, get over all of this social distancing and get back together. Okay, so since we can't be together in a wrestling room, let's make the most of this time and break down some film. So what I'm going to do for you guys is start going through Huddle. I'm going to take you through some basic steps on how to use Huddle to improve what you're doing offensively. And what we're going to do is we're really going to start here on our feet. All right, so give me a second here. Bear with the technology. All right, so now you can start seeing my screen. And we're going to take you into this Google slide to get started. So part one is going to be offensive leg attacks, and we're going to focus on what we can be doing better on our feet. Eventually, we'll get to higher levels. We'll break down by specific leg attack, whether it's a single, double, high crotch, fireman's barrel roll. We'll get into the setups that we're using, but to start, we're really just going to keep it basic and get some total attempts. And to do that, you're going to have to use Huddle. Okay, and not all of you have access to this, so we're really going to start with some baby steps. So as I go into Huddle and I go into the team, you can see who's on this list. Okay, and it's really only our varsity guys. So what does that mean for you? Well, if you don't have a Huddle account, if you haven't been watching your film throughout the year, hopefully you have it on your iPhone. Hopefully mom or dad recorded some of your matches. Okay, so if you don't have it on Huddle, hopefully you have it somewhere else. Okay, and moving forward, you really want to make sure that you're recording as many as your matches as possible. You can all benefit from this, whether you're a state medalist like a Kyle Waterman, or you're a brand new guy starting out as a freshman and it's your first year. All of us can benefit from these film sessions. All right, so if you're on this list, and now as I go into video, you can see our managers did a great job, and we have a ton of stuff from this season on you guys. Okay, so start going in. What I would do, I would start from the first state. So I would scroll all the way down to the beginning of the year, and that's where I would get started. Okay, I would go all the way down as I keep scrolling through here. You can see ETR. You can see some of our home duels. Quakertown, that's not the best memory. But yeah, as we keep scrolling down to the bottom here, we're going to start with one of Kyle's matches that started the year when we were at Princeton University. Okay, it's a really good one to break down. So before I actually kind of take you through like what you should be doing, let's go over some basics. So we're going to start with leg attacks because we want to keep things specific. So the step is for you to watch all of your matches from this past season that are available to you either in Huddle or whatever you have, at home in terms of your iPhone. Now let's look at how many total shot attempts did you take throughout the season. Okay, and again, leg attacks only. Then how many times did you score? And once you do that, you can get a takedown percentage. So for example, you can figure out exactly how many shots you're taking on average per match and how many times you were scoring on a leg attack per match. Here's a great example of one of our legends, Mark Rappo. Okay, so he was a state champ, but in his junior season, when he was a state runner-up, he scored 255 total takedowns. Okay, and he was actually going for Coach Mike's record, which is why he did it, and he was successful. And he did this on 53 total matches. So as you can see, like when you do your percentage, Mark offensively scored almost 5 times per match. Almost 5 times per match he scored. Now, to be fair to Mark, most of his attacks, most of his takedowns were really snap go behinds. He really lived in that short offense Penn State position. But for you guys, for right now, we want to be specific. Okay, so I don't have a breakdown of how many, go behinds Mark scored on or how many single legs he scored on, but you guys can do that. Okay, because you're going to have that film at your disposal. Okay, and as you can see, he's scoring 5 times per match. Most of you guys probably aren't even taking 5 shot attempts in a match. You're not even trying to score 5 times. Okay, so what we can probably learn from this is, are we offensive enough? And for some of you, the answer is probably no. Okay, are we giving ourselves enough chances to score? Okay, Mark scored 5 times a match, but he's probably firing off 7, 8, 9 attacks per match. Okay, if we had all of his film to look at, we'd probably be shocked at how many times he actually took a shot or went for a go behind. Okay. With all this being said, it doesn't mean that we start taking bad shots. Okay, of course, we always need a setup. And then how can we use this film to improve mentally? Well, hopefully, going into next year, you're going to know, okay, I remember I watched my film. I wasn't really taking enough shots. I have to start getting more offensive. There's going to be levels to this. So for step 1 for today, and it's going to take you guys some time, just get some basic data analysis as we go back. Just get your total shot attempts. Only focus on leg attacks for your first go around, but how many total shot attempts are you taking and how many times did you score? Okay, just start there. And then this is what's going to eventually be most important. Okay, because some of you may think, oh, I like my fireman's carry, or I like my high crotch, or I like my single leg. And that's great that you may like it, but that actually may not be your best takedown. So, for example, say in a season you're only taking 20 single legs, but you scored 10 times. Well, at 50%, that's pretty good. But your favorite shot is a fireman's carry. You go for 100 of them, and you only score 20 times. Well, again, what's your percentage? Okay, you may like a fireman's more, but you're actually better, and you're scoring more efficiently at a single leg. Okay, so this is where I would start. Okay, I would start with only looking at leg attacks, get your overall total regardless of the attack, and then get specific. Then how many singles, how many doubles, how many high crotches, all the way down the list. Okay, and there's levels to this. So eventually next week, next month, however long it takes you, you can even break it down by setup. Like maybe you're going for a lot of elbow passes, but really you score better inside side. Maybe you don't go for enough duck unders. Maybe you don't go for enough drags. Okay. And then number 2, completely separate from leg attacks. And this is where Mark Rappo lived. Well, how many times are you scoring from short offense? Mark lived on a snap go behind. Kyle Waterman was a 2-time state medalist before his senior year. Folks, he did not have a drag to a single until his senior year. And you're going to see that throughout his film sessions, how good he got over and over again in Apache doing that drag to a single. So eventually you're going to see that. Okay. How many hamstring pulls, how many traditional, just, bury the head in the window, front headlocks. Okay. So I would do that separately later on. Eventually this will be the hard stuff to watch. What about your leg defense? How many times when kids get on a shot, they score? Okay. And for a lot of you, that's where you need to improve. Eventually we'll do bottom. That's not going to be easy to watch either. Think of, as I call them out, Tommy Walsh and Mo. Well, how much time did you spend on your belly this season? You're going to be able to count that up. How many minutes for you guys, maybe hours, did you spend on your belly? Okay. And then what about top? What kind of riding time? How are we scoring? Okay, so this will evolve to top and bottom, but for this week and probably the first couple of weeks, we're really going to live here on our feet, and we're going to try to figure out how we're scoring the most efficiently. All right, let's go through one quick little trial for you guys in Huddle itself, and we'll go to Kyle's match. All right, so this is early in the year. It's a good one to watch. It'll be exciting. All right, and again, Kyle constantly coming back, kind of the comeback kid this season. Look how quick he's fighting off an attack. All right, there's already one one shot attempt and one takedown by the other guy. All right, and now on huddle, one nice thing, because, for me, 7 minutes, I'm not going to watch all 7 minutes. Okay, so huddle, very easy. You can go 5 seconds at a time. Okay, because remember, right now we're only going to be on our feet, so I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on top bottom right now. Okay, remember this. Kyle's getting rid out. It's getting rid out pretty good. I'm going to turn down Coach Trey and Coach Denny for a little bit here. All right, that's a lot of time. We're getting rid out pretty good. Okay, now Kyle himself doing a nice job on top. Getting in trouble on his butt. Coach Brad gets pretty nervous here. All right, so we're 4 minutes in. Kyle hasn't taken a shot yet, okay, because he was not the aggressor early on, and then he's been getting rid out for a while. Now he's doing a lot of riding. Okay, so when we get to our feet, let's see what he does in that third period. Okay, now we're back on our feet is where we want to be. There he goes, trying to score a little bit from short offense, trying to get to his snaps. There's a little shrug, a little slide by attempt. There's a little go behind. Okay, nice little snap again, go behind, but we're still not firing off enough leg attacks. Okay, we're getting to our feet, and now here we go. All right, other guy's tired. Now we have a chance. All right, and I love that we turn on that we're best in the third period, but we want to get offensive. Now, again, this would be a great score, as you guys are learning. So this wouldn't count. This isn't a leg attack, right? Kyle's scoring defensively here. Okay, he does a great job scooting, turning the corner. He's going to try to anchor in. He's locking in the crotch. He's doing a great job here. And eventually, when we talk about how we're scoring defensively, we're going to do that. Okay, but we're just not going to do it this week. Okay, because I don't want this to be too I don't want you guys to take too much time. So I know you have a lot still going on with your distance learning. There's a nice little kick scramble. It's all Coach Trap right there. Let's go work. All right, now we have to be the aggressor. All right, so where's our leg attacks at? A lot of faking, a lot of moving, not a lot of setups though yet. He's doing a great job going forward. He's doing a great job on those snaps. And to be fair to Kyle, very similar to Mark Rappo, this is where they're good. Okay, but Kyle created the action with a snap, with some face, with some movement. Hips in, hips in, hips in. All right, no score. Okay, great job with these snaps. Great job with front headlocks and short offense and a lot of faking. Boom, there we go. Look at that. All right, and there's the match. All right, so as we go back to this, sometimes your best touch and go. He's faking, he's juking, he's moving. Sometimes your best attack, touch and go, blast double. And that's something that maybe this year we could have seen more from Kyle. He does a great job with his high crotch in years past. He does a great job with his short offense, snap, go behind. This year he added his drag to a single, which was fantastic. But that blast double is pretty damn good on a really good kid. Okay, on a really, really good kid, blast double for the win. Okay, so maybe as Kyle moves on at the next collegiate level, he needs to be going for some more blast doubles. Okay, because if he was to break down how many doubles he took throughout the year and how many times he actually scored, I bet his takedown percentage is pretty damn good. All right, so that didn't take me too much time. It's a 7-minute match. I went through, I counted the amount of times that he took an attack, what attack that was, and what his percentage was. And at least on double legs, that's 1 for 1. It's 100%. You can't beat that. All right. Hopefully you have some fun with this as well. It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun to watch your own film. And to get started, we're starting with you guys watching yourself do well. Okay. And that's the easy part, right? We can watch ourselves get these leg attacks and score, and that's fun. Eventually, how much time are we spending, on our belly? How much time are we spending down here on bottom? How many times are we getting taken down, with leg attacks? That's going to be hard to watch, but it's important. Okay. So let's keep our minds sharp, especially because we can't be together. And then hopefully you can make this film session useful for you guys. All right. I'm going to stop presenting now. All right. So thanks, guys. Hopefully you learned something from this. Hopefully you can take this moving forward. And again, remember, if you do not have access to Huddle, hopefully you have something that you watched some film on. And then for all of this, if you have questions, reach out to me through email. Okay, you guys, my school email is, it's bknoblock@crsd.org. You can reach out anytime through email. And if you're really interested, because a lot of us are just looking for things to do, we can hop on together. We can hop on through Google Meet. I can screen share, your match, your film. We can do some of this data analysis together. All right, guys. So stay safe. Enjoy this time with your family. I miss you guys like crazy, and I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you guys soon. All right. Have a great day.